This event is by DSM Magazine through the Business Publication Corporation, and they're having a big special launch tonight of their new men's and women's book. And to commemorate the event, they're going to have a fashion show too. And they're going to feature a lot of local boutiques and local models to show the clothing. And here it is, the DSM women's book. Turn it over, and you got the men's book. I'm looking at the women's side now, and what we have going on is a lot of vintage, a lot of fitted pencil skirts, turquoise, big statement jewelry, coral, pearls, suede, tulle, a lot of just textures. Twisted boutique. Ooh, Emily Speck looks hot. Is it wrong that I love everything that she's worn tonight? I love everything Emily Speck has worn tonight. Is this your first or second DSM fashion show?
This is my second one.
Really?
Yeah.
So what differences do you see from the show last year?
Last year we had kind of a lot of people from like really mixed backgrounds, and they kind of covered a lot more different styles. A lot of them were a little bit more of a mature style. You know, it was people in their 30s and 40s, and this year I feel like they focused more on the 20 to 30 range, and it was definitely a lot more hip, a lot more really like high fashion stuff, as opposed to last year it was a lot of leather jackets and, you know, kind of same old that we've seen in New York like 10 years ago. So this year was a lot more hip, I feel.
How do you think this will impact Des Moines fashion?
Well, ever since we've had, there's been some key event planners that have left Des Moines and moved to places like Chicago and stuff like that, Nathan Hewitt being one of them, that have had a lot more fashion shows. You know, we would have had, you know, 8 to 10 major fashion shows in a year because there's, you know, 3 different people organizing them. Now we only have maybe 1 to 2 major fashion shows a year, you know, the big Hairball or DSM, you know, magazine fashion show. This is a lot more selective. It's one of the major fashion shows in Des Moines right now, whereas before it was a lot more mixed because so many people were doing it. There's definitely a lot of people that are very specific towards the fashion scene, and you can tell because when they go out in the town, they dress it up. And, you know, you never see anybody downtown anymore. You know, like 10 years ago you might have seen someone downtown in sweatpants. It might have happened. And this, you know, and 10 years later, everyone is just high fashion all the time, high heels, just taking it to the max. So there's definitely a lot of faces. As far as producers and everything, Jessica Miller is definitely an up-and-coming producer of fashion shows, for sure. She's definitely got it going on. She has a good grip on what's hip right now, as far as lighting, music, dancing, runway, everything. She's got a very good grip on it, and definitely somebody that you're going to want to watch in the next 10 years and see what happens and see where she ends up.
So congratulations on finishing your big show. That was the happiest thing I've seen all night. All right. Well, it was a great show. So what was your immediate reaction once it was finished?
I'm just relieved, happy, thrilled, happy with all my models, the stores, everybody put a lot of work into it, and it was really good. So.
What was your goal with this show? I mean, what were you trying to accomplish with the looks you created?
I tell the stores that choose to participate in FASHIONATION, and they always ask, well, what kind of clothes should I put on? And obviously it's fall, and fall's my favorite season because it's layering and it's boots and tights, and you get to, with summer it's like, you know, basically a dress or short. So with fall, you get to have a lot more things going on. And I always tell the stores, because they get to pretty much choose the clothes, but I kind of mentor them and say, you know, pick your best pieces and over accessorize, over layer, because just because someone, if it could be a leopard jacket with red pants, but someone might not wear that regularly on the street, but they might see that piece and be like, oh, I like that piece, or I like those jeans but not the boots, and it just kind of flows better, and people can kind of pick out what they like more than whatever. But the more extreme and fashion forward, the better for runway shows. Otherwise it's just like, oh, I saw that girl yesterday on Locust.
So how do you think this, because there's really not many fashion shows, and so this is really a statement. What do you think this is going to do to the Des Moines fashion scene for this fall, and, you know, just moving forward? What are you trying to say with this?
I wanted to do, when I started doing the style for DSM and the marketing, and then I started working with the social club, I was like, how great I can tie both my jobs together at the same time and take Des Moines up to another level and give the stores the exposure they need, because everybody complains, or not complains, but doesn't think Des Moines has a really good fashion scene. It's not huge, but it's good. And I think that the stores that we do have are very streamlined and they got it down. And this is my chance to give them their chance to show what they have the best they can.
That kind of ties into something really interesting I saw on Twitter, that you guys are considering a fashion week next year.
It's just going to take it means a lot of stores have to step up to the plate. And that's kind of the challenge sometimes in Des Moines, is people don't want to do anything that's different sometimes, or like feel like they just need to stay in their little box. And then there's stores that are like, yes, 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 more and more, more. And of course, more exposure is always good. So I think we're definitely going to do this. You want to quote me on this? We're doing Fashion Week in 2011. I like odd years better anyway. So.
Thank you so much. This has been so fun.
It was great.
And we got
I'm
lots
so glad you guys came. And it was good.
It'll be hot as a cream.